Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another quick news update. And in this quick news update, I just wanted to do a video based on the title of this article right here. First guns, now it's immigrants. GOP TX, or I don't know if TX might stand for Texas Senator John Cornyn. GOP TX Senator. I'm not sure what TX stand for, but it says John Cornyn advances gun control bill, plans mass amnesty next. And at the end of the day, it's all about control, you know. And a matter of fact, throughout history, we know that the Illuminati, which control the government, starting with the so-called elites, which have control over the Illuminati, which are the heads of the Illuminati, which control the government, have been known for setting up and staging certain events that could possibly lead to taking away the rights of you people, further taking away your privacy, this, that, fourth, and the other. You know, so it wouldn't be any surprise that, you know, that certain shootings have been set up by the Illuminati through the government to further take away the guns of you people, because this is ultimately what they really want to do. What they really want to do is they want to take away the guns of you people. That way, when the Illuminati through the government implements martial law, it'll be easy work. They won't have to worry about any resistances. They won't have to worry about people, you know, shooting back, or, you know, having these high-powered rifles which could possibly penetrate armor and take the life of one of these troops. And, you know, that's why when you read books like Second Esdras, you know, it speaks about civil war as well as race wars. But we're just going to focus on civil wars, okay? So I'm going to just start at verse 14. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Okay? Verse 15. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." Right, the sword and the destruction is talking about the nuclear destruction, because World War III is going to escalate into a nuclear war. So you can better understand. World War III is going to escalate into a nuclear war. It says, "And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." So first and foremost, when it says the one people shall stand up and fight against another, the one people here is talking about the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, shall stand up and fight against another. The another is talking about who? This is talking about so-called white people. Okay? Which according to the Holy Scriptures, their biblical nationality goes back to Edom. But okay, this is talking about Jacob versus Edom, so you can better understand. And it says, "The one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." The modern day sword today is what? The gun. Now, on the first hand, this is talking about race wars, first and foremost. But second of all, this is not just talking about race wars. This is also talking about civil wars. Okay? Okay, because according to prophecy of the Holy Scriptures, there is going to be civil war as well as race wars here in America. But we're going to focus on civil wars, okay? So it says the one people. Now the one people here in this case will be talking about civilians. People who will have citizen rights, civilians, shall stand up and fight against another. The another is who? These different troops that have, these different contractor groups or military personnel that operate for the U.S. government under the guise of martial law. Okay? So we're talking about civilians versus martial law troops here. Okay, one moment. I'm at work, so I gotta let this guy through the gate. Then I'll continue forth. Okay. So it says, and one people, civilians, shall fight up and stand against another. These martial law troops. Because in our martial law, according to the Posse Comitatus Act, which was passed around either the late 1800s or early 1900s, people, the U.S. government was not allowed to use its military against its own civilians. That's why when you look at today's time, what do you see? You see UN troops, which consist of military personnel from other nations. So we're talking about the UN troops consist of Arab military personnel, East Indian military personnel, Russian military personnel, European military personnel, African military personnel, Chinese and Japanese military personnel, etc., etc. They're going to use these kind of men in our martial law to forcibly seize control of the people's guns. And that's why I speak about how there's going to be a civil war here in America. Because these people here in America, they're not going to just quietly hand over their guns. They're going to fight for their rights. So there's going to be a civil war here in America. But with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.